Hello lovelies, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, this is LuchiNuel and I'm glad to have you here. Welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, you're my whole queen, welcome back. I want to especially wish you a happy International Women's Month. The month of March is for us women born women. I said that on purpose. Happy International Women's Month to you. These are exciting times to be a woman, born a woman. I celebrate you. Have you ever had doubt about being a woman? Have you ever wondered if you should remain a woman? Well, I don't know about that, but despite all the challenges we go through as women, from self-identity to menstrual cramps to birthing newborns, and all of the other challenges we go through as being women, I still love being a woman. And if this is saying about you, can you just type in the comments, let me know the women that are in my league. Just type, I love being a woman. These are exciting times to be a woman. So I celebrate you. You're amazing, you're special. That's why I'm committed to your journey to becoming a whole woman. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about something that's dear to my heart. 5 mindsets you need to unlearn as a 21st century woman, especially for those who are dating. But either ways, even if you're dating, not dating, or you're married, number 5 is something that will benefit you no matter your relationship status. So before we go on, please click on the subscribe button, subscribe if you're yet to do so, and click the notification icon bell so that you get updated every time I post a new video, because I'll do more often now. Trust me, I will, because I'm committed to your wholeness journey. Are you ready? So let's go. Number 1 mindset you need to unlearn as a 21st century woman is this idea of the fear of being dependent. What do I mean by that? It's in our time and in our age, like, you get to see women who have this fear of being dependent on a man, right? So you hear them sing, I'm Miss Independent. That's why I call her. You know that song. You want to be called Miss Independent. There's nothing wrong with being independent as long as it's not standing in the way of being dependent. And a person who is independent, it shows a sign of, well, good self-esteem, but not always. Sometimes it could be a sign of something that is rooted in your childhood. Maybe they are masking something that they need to deal with. So this is what I mean. If the fear of relationship is stemming from the place of, oh, I don't want to be dependent on any man. Nobody is saying you should become a doormat where men step on. But if you have this fear of, oh, if I get into a relationship, if I finally get married, it's going to step in the way of every good goal I have in my life, or ambitions and the big dreams I have. It's not always true. I always had that mindset. In fact, I told him, I'm not ready to be married, because if I get married, it's going to stand in the way of my big dreams, big goals, and all of those things. It was just a mindset, the wrong one I always had. If anything, meeting my husband has been one of the biggest blessings of my life, because when I met him was when I realized, oh, this girl, there's so much to you that we need to unlock. I was already doing so much as a single woman, but immediately I met him, he doubled up. I became an author. I started doing bigger things, even though I've not scratched the surface, right? What I'm saying is the fear of being dependent will ruin your life, because God didn't create us to do life alone. So it's okay to want to be helped. It's okay to ask for help. Because of this fear of being dependent, we find it very difficult to ask for help. even in the little things. Don't be afraid to depend on people. In fact, when you get married, you're going to need this sense of not just dependence but interdependence, where you depend on your husband depends on you. So it's a teamwork. It's not a competition. It is a teamwork. It's a complementary thing. You complement him, he complements you. So the fear of dependence is a mindset you need to unlearn. There's nothing wrong with getting married and still being all that God will have you be. So unlearn that mindset. If you're that person who has this fear of dependence, like get married, it's going to ruin my ambitions, and then you need to watch out for the kind of men you want to marry. If you are with a man who feels threatened by the big goals and big dreams God has put on your heart, then you want to stay away from such kind of men. There are men that will feel threatened by the big things God has called you to do. So I have found that personally, the alpha men don't do so well with women who are alpha women, and I mean visionary men. Not visionary now, ambitious men, because every visionary man wants a visionary woman. But we have this kind of men who are like the macho men. They are the traditional go-getter kind of men who are not visionary. They might feel threatened by a visionary woman who has so much she's gunning for. So if you're in a relationship where the man feels threatened by your ambitions and your big dreams and your big visions, you are in a wrong relationship, because the man is supposed to be your biggest fan. Your husband is supposed to be your biggest fan. So if you feel threatened, sorry to say, you might have to leave that relationship, because you want a man who's going to support your big dreams, your big visions, and your big goals. Okay. The number two thing, or the number two mindset you need to unlearn as a 21st century woman is good men are few. Lower your standards. So people make you feel like, especially the word, they make you feel like good men are very few. So any man that comes your way at all, anything he wants from you at all, if he wants to sleep with you before getting married to you, you better grab him. I mean, look at, we have more baby mamas than we have married women. It didn't start now, okay? It didn't start from now. It's always been. So don't buy the ideology that we have few good men. So this is how you should think. Even if we have just 10 few good men, my own man is among the number, meaning that there's a good man for me out there, and I will not need to lower my standards to get him or be found by him. So unlearning your mindset is so important, because if you don't unlearn your mindset, you're going to always attract the things that your mind has been fixed on. Okay, so number two is few good men. There are few good men, so lower your standards. Have sex before marriage, go to his house, wash for him, cook for him, just do the wifely things. If he desires or wants them or asks for them, don't do that. You are a virtuous woman. God has put his spirit inside of you. If for anything else, God lives in you. You need to carry this mindset or this mentality that God lives in me. I'm not going to defile his temple. I am God's temple. So I won't lower my standard for anybody. Okay? And then when you put your heart to serve God and to please the Lord, he will always come through for you. That's what he did for me. I got to the point where I said, if I don't get married, I'll be fine. But God, if I'm going to get married, then this relationship has to please you. And that was it. God saw my heart. Don't be desperate for a man. If you're in that place where you feel desperation, so much desperation is either I marry or nothing else. You feel like if I don't marry, then my word is finished. No. You need to get to the place where you are whole as a person before you will need a man in your life. Okay? So that's number two. Good men are few, so lower your standard. That's not true. There are many good men out there, and God is going to send one of his good sons to you. Do you believe it? So just align yourself with the will of God, and it will happen for you. Number three mindset you need to unlearn as a 21st century young woman is everybody is doing it. It's a follow-up on number 2. Everybody's doing it. So what's everybody doing? Everybody's showing off their boobs, everybody's showing off their butts, everybody is living a fake life, everybody is doing it to get a man, everybody's having sex before marriage, like the media has portrayed to us. Every movie has it in it. Or you meet a girl, you kiss her, you have sex with her, you leave, you cohabit with her and get her pregnant. If you marry her, fine. If you don't marry her, fine. We see it all over the place. It's common in Hollywood, it's common in Nollywood, it's common everywhere. Everybody's doing it, but you are not everyone. Can you say to yourself, I am not everyone? Yes, that's the truth. You're not everyone. You're someone special. You are a child of God. God has put His Spirit inside of you. You are God's son. You are God's daughter. You are special. You are unique. So you are not everyone. So anyone who comes to you and say, you're doing like a Jew girl, like they say. Why they do like Jew girl now? Tell them, when they tell you everyone is doing it, look them in the face and tell them, I am not everyone. I am Luchi and I am special. Call your name and let's rehearse it. Oh yeah, girl, let's rehearse. Just assume you're talking to them and say, I am not everyone. Call your name. I am Luchi and I am special. That's the way, girl. That's how we roll. So everyone is doing it. It's not a mindset for you. You are unique, you're special. You are a light and you are salt in this earth. So you are not going to go the way of everyone. You're going to go the way of the Lord. Amen. Okay, so this number 4, I feel like it may not be like a big issue, but it's something we need to tone down. It's the mindset of, or it's this mindset, it's once in a lifetime. I'm referring to the wedding now. It's once in a lifetime, and it puts so much pressure on us, especially when it comes to preparing for the wedding, and not so much attention is made to the marriage. You see people who will go out of their way to get themselves into debt, to buy the things or to wear the things they cannot normally afford. If you can afford the things you want on your wedding day, by all means explore it. It's once in a lifetime, like they say, and I'm praying it's truly once in a lifetime. Okay, but you see this idea of investing so much in just one day than you would for the marriage. That's where the problem lies. Like you have explored all the internet and all the fashion blogs and all the fashion style channels for just one day. Wear your wedding dress, your all of this, your shoe, your bag, your hair, and all of these things, but you haven't read even one book on marriage. That's what I'm talking about. You haven't successfully read 2 books on marriage. You haven't successfully read, maybe 1. Let's even say 1. There are people who are getting married who have never read one book on marriage. But they know like maybe 1,000 or maybe lots of channels they've explored on how they will look on their wedding day. Why that is important? I think that we should spend more time, energy, attention, and everything else on making the marriage a beautiful one. I didn't always used to be the girl who had her wedding gown figured out. No, I didn't know what I was going to wear. I never had this ideal wedding day. I never used to have it, but I have ideal home, I have ideal marriage, I have ideal relationship with my kids, my husband, my family. I have it, my grandkids, I have it in my head, I have it in my mind, I have it as a vision. It's there in my heart. Okay, so what I'm saying is, don't spend so much on the wedding than you would on the marriage. Okay, if you have all the money, by all means, you can. But even at that, I think we need to have boundaries. Okay? Yeah. Even good things should have boundaries. Don't you think so? Sex is good. Hope you know. Sweet too. If you're not married, please. I'm talking to the married woman. I'm married. But I can't have sex all day. That's the boundary. Right? Okay. So I wanted to make a comment on Moses Bliss and Mary Wiseborn getting married, and the whole internet was agog because it didn't look like the girl put so much effort in making her wedding day a special one. Why she wearing natural hair? By the way, I'm a natural hair wife. I always used to love natural hair brides, but I couldn't be one. But I'm a natural hair wife. I love being natural woman. And people were like, oh, why is she not wearing a special hair? It's a once in a lifetime day. It's a special day. It's a this, a that. There's this pressure on trying to make you who you are not just because you're finally getting married. I remember when I was about to get married, I had relatives and family members who were telling me, fix your eyelashes, I'm not going to fix my eyelashes. I've never fixed my eyelashes. It's my wedding day, yes, I know. I've never done it. I don't fancy doing it. Why should I do it? It's just like David trying to fight with an armory he has never used before, and he's like, he goes to Saul and Saul says, try my armor, it will fit you. So you know how he goes and he's like, nah, this ain't gonna work. I've never fought with this kind of armor. I know how I fight. Okay, I know how I look good. I don't need a fake eyelashes. Besides, I have this image in my head of a girl I used to know when I was an undergraduate in uni. She used to fix these eyelashes from as early as 100 level. She was always fixing it, and at a point she damaged her eyes. So the fear of damaging my eyes is the beginning of wisdom. I'm like, nah. Besides, I don't need all these artificialities, right? I remember I watched a video of someone who was saying that you can't bring your natural hair to my events. I'm like, we can't be friends because you are full of the fake things. Why can't you embrace your natural hair? Another one was saying, this natural hair, they pay. Marie is our proof that they pay. So don't let anyone put pressure on you. Oh, you need to look this way to get a man. You need to look that way to get a man. Be yourself. Do you. And you want to attract the person who loves you just the way you are, okay? So don't let anyone pressure you into, oh, it's your wedding day. Oh, you have to get out of your way. You have to get into debt because you must look a certain way just to fit into the ideology of the society. You don't have to. Be yourself. Be your authentic self, all right? Yes. And then finally, the final mindset you need to unlearn as a 21st century young woman is expecting perfection. Expecting perfection. This one is for everyone. Whether you're married, you're single, you intend to get married, it's for you. Expecting perfection from people is a mindset you need to unlearn and do it ASAP. Nobody is perfect. I am perfect. Even you who is expecting perfection, you're not perfect. Are you perfect? So why are you looking for perfect man? You're looking for a perfect mother-in-law, perfect father-in-law. There's no perfection anywhere. We are all in the works. The Holy Spirit is working in us and perfecting us by the day, okay? So when you enter a relationship or marriage with this mindset of you thought he's a perfect man, sorry, marriage will open your eyes and show you that, oh, this man you married, yes, he prays, and the whole place will shake. Hey, they pray, they pray, they show. You just realize this is a human being, it's not an angel. So perfection, expecting perfection from people is going to devastate you, it's going to leave you frustrated. So expect that people are going to be humans and give them grace. Just the same way you want people to give you grace. Learn to give people grace because they are not perfect. So that's That's been it. 5 mindsets to unlearn as a 21st century young woman. I hope this has been a blessing. So let's do a recap. Number 1 we talked about is fear of dependence. Number 2 is good men are few, so lower your standards. Number 3 we talked about everyone is doing it. Number 4, it's just once in a lifetime. And then number 5 is expecting perfection. So tell me, which of the 5 is your biggest? Which one are you going to take actions on? Which of the mindset do you need to unlearn first? Share with me in the comments. And which of the mindset do you think the 21st century woman needs to unlearn? Please share in the comments. I'll see you again in the next episode. Until you get to subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification icon so you get all the notifications the next time I upload a video. Keep living your best life. You are amazing, and I am committed to your journey to becoming a whole woman and a wife. Shalom.